Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I'm starting a new series of tarot readings. I'm going to keep up with the zodiacs, zodiac sign readings. But this is kind of something that I've been called to do. We have romantic relationships, and so a lot of tarot readers, including myself, do love readings based mostly on romantic relationships. But one of the things that I've noticed that has really been coming out in a lot of my readings is the energies in our relationships between parent and child. And so I feel as if there is, a need perhaps for some of you to be able to read the energies or to get more clarity in the energies between yourself and either a parent or a child. So this reading is for mothers and a child. Now, you could be the mother in this relationship, or you could be the child and you're looking for more clarity in your relationship with your mother. And then I'm also going to do father and child. So that'll be a separate video. So once again, you could be the mother in a mother-child relationship, or you could be the child and you're looking for more clarity in a relationship with your mother. I'm also going to say that this, for the child portion of this relationship, we would be looking at somebody that is, probably moved into at least adulthood a little bit, perhaps, living out on their own. But I would definitely say probably, 18 or older, because the energies for children are just so different. And so this is really kind of an adult versus adult type of relationship that we're looking at here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the mother energy over here and the child energy over here. So depending on which role you are playing in this relationship, and because it is a general reading, feel free to flop the energy. So if you're connecting with the other one a little bit more, then that is fine. You can swap the energies. These are real soul connections that we have, parent and child. A lot of times, we have a soul contract with this person. So the energies here are probably going to be somewhat reflecting those soul contracts that we have with the person. So I'm going to take a look at how each person feels at this time about the connection. Also then taking a look at the obstacle that each person is trying to overcome in helping to bring more healing or more love to this situation. And then finally, we'll take a look at what advice Spirit has for both people in this connection. And then we'll take a look at the energies for the connection in the future. Once again, I would say that for the most part, this is probably a relationship that you are having some conflict in. It doesn't mean that you're not talking to this person, definitely not, but you may not be seeing things eye to eye at this time for some reason. I have 3 adult children, and I had a very loving relationship with my grandmother. She always lived with us since I was a child, and then until she passed, and I had already married and had children of my own. So I was not, even in the house. That's how long she lived with, my parents especially. I feel like a lot of my friends, we talk about our relationships that we have with our children, and how they change over time, So we're going to be taking a look at all of that in this connection. And if you really are, enjoying this, or you would like to see more, readings somewhat like this, then please, comment, like, subscribe, because I am trying to help, some of those connections that sometimes we don't talk about, a lot in tarot readings. Okay, so this is really lovely energy. So once again, we have the mother energy on this side and the child energy on this side, and the child can be of either gender. So the overall energy for the connection is fork in the road. So, it's kind of as if there could be some conflict or some, just kind of like ruffled feathers. That's what they're saying. Ruffled feathers in the situation. It's kind of like trying to decide, how do we proceed? Are we going to proceed in the same way, or are we going to make a change? I feel like there's almost this sense of wanting to make a change in this relationship. And underneath that, we have justice. So you could be dealing with a Libra, but I feel like there's balance wanting to come into this relationship. Really interesting building blocks on the bottom, and then exchanging gifts. Okay. So there's a lot of love in the situation. And no matter where you are as far as conflict in this relationship, I really feel like there is the possibility of having this come back together. Now, I'm also going to say, having a wonderful relationship with my mother, my grandmother, my mother and I did not have that wonderful of a relationship. But, we were dealing with different things in our life. And I feel as if sometimes what we have to do is also realize is that people are in different places in their own life. So, if you're the mother or the child, it doesn't matter. We go through different phases in our life. And so there's going to be ups and downs within any relationship. But a mother and child relationship can last for decades, right? Whereas some other relationships could, just last for a shorter amount of time. So let's take a look first at the mother's energy about how she feels about the connection at this time. Okay, so we have the messenger of fire. This is the Knight of Fire, or the Knight of Wands, and then clean it up. I feel like, in this scenario, the mother is wanting to clean, it's kind of like, can we clean up the clutter in this relationship? Perhaps this is a little bit about clearing the air, having conversations about why we're not seeing eye to eye, or where the conflict is coming from. Wanting to take action here with the Knight of Wands, wanting to take action. But I also feel with the Knight of Wands, there's this energy of perhaps taking action, trying to take a step, trying to start a conversation, and then almost like getting pulled back out of fear. The Knight of Wands is here today, gone tomorrow. It's a little bit of that energy of I'm trying, and then, something happens and the energy is pulled back. So let's go ahead and clarify that Knight of Wands energy, because I feel as if, one of the issues is that when we're trying to heal a connection, if we don't stay on track, if we don't keep our eye on the prize, right? If we pull back our energy from the connection, then sometimes the universe isn't listening to us about what it is that we want. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So there's this energy of wanting to bring this relationship into balance. Okay. And trying to have the strength and the courage to see clearly, see the Queen of Swords, cutting out, what is distracting from this connection, whatever that is, like keeping your eye on the prize. That's the Queen of Swords energy. Looking at this relationship long term, okay, instead of just what's happening this week, this month, this year. It's kind of like, okay, what's the long-term reign, the long-term goal? The Queen of Swords really has the courage to keep that in mind and not to allow the distractions of little things to happen coming into play. And then we have the Four of Wands. Yeah, wanting celebration, wanting a happy family, a happy home. So I feel like in this situation, the mother, at least right now, has the energy of wanting to find the courage in order to take this to the long haul. What is it going to take? But at the same time, trying to keep focus on that. So here's the interesting thing, the child, and remember that in this situation, the child could be either gender, right? But we have unfinished symphony and the sun. So the child at this time is understanding, okay, to me, the unfinished symphony is kind of a little bit of a stuck energy. Understanding that this is a long journey. This is a journey that spans, especially from the child's point of view, right? Spans from birth until one of the two, passes from this life. So understanding this is a long journey and seeing that there is a lot of happiness and joy in this situation, even if you're in conflict and perhaps not even talking at this time. Okay, this is how the child is feeling. I also want to say that there is the Four of Wands for the child side underneath. I think it's interesting the Four of Wands came out over here. It's almost as if there is this energy of wanting a happy family or a happy connection here. We also have the Hermit for the child. I feel like the child may be kind of isolating themselves at this time. The child may be the one at this time that is just kind of pulling their energy back from this connection in order to kind of think about things. Okay, kind of bring things back into balance in their own mind. But we have the Six of Cups underneath here, an energy of nostalgia. Okay, there are sweet memories here and wanting to bring this into, with the Ten of Pentacles, long term. So once again, that could be a lifetime goal. Right now, you could be saying, but that's not the way it looks, Mary Sue, right? Okay, so that is really interesting because I feel the energies at this time, the mother and the child kind of want similar things, even if you're not talking to each other. It's kind of like you're trying to work things out, maybe your own emotions out on the side. I do want to bring up that on the mother's side, we have the Nine of Fire, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Cups, okay? And the Empress. There's the Empress energy. That is the mother energy with the Page of Cups. So, the child here is showing up. Could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be, okay? But this energy of sweetness. I feel like the mother sees the child as sweet. Perhaps even if there's an energy of looking back when this child was young. I think both of you are kind of looking back at a time when things were good, however that might mean for you, and it could really be like, when, the baby was born or, they were a toddler and you're thinking about when they first started walking or something like that. I feel like the mom is in this scenario working on healthy boundaries, trying to protect the connection, what she wants out of this connection, but also what she wants for herself with the Ten of Cups. And wanting to or working on expressing her emotions about what she wants out of this connection. And also, I feel like being kind of guarded a little bit with the Nine of Wands, kind of perhaps not necessarily expressing everything at this time and being guarded for that for some reason. So now let's take a look at the obstacle that both the mother and the child have. This is the obstacle that each one of you will be overcoming in the next couple of weeks, working on this obstacle in order either in your own life to find more happiness in your own life or to try to find more happiness in this connection. Okay, so we have to the sea and then we have the Ace of Fire, wanting a fresh start. Now remember, this is the obstacle. I feel because we had this Knight of Wands here, or the Nine of Wands, I'm sorry. This is the Wounded Warrior card. The mother, I feel, has been through perhaps a lot of, especially if you're the mother, you could be thinking about, I've been through this so many times before, right? And it could be that, you're looking not just at this relationship, but other relationships and saying, yeah, I don't know, I've been through this so many times before. And that's why you could be in this energy of, because this is your obstacle area of resistance. I'm not sure I want to reignite the energy in this connection. Your heart is telling you that you want this connection. Your ego is a little bit about holding back that fresh start because once again, you've been through perhaps the ringer, in this situation. Okay, so to the sea is a little bit about, a little bit of that hermit energy, solitary, looking at your emotions, trying to get on top of your emotions about the situation, trying to figure out, kind of like surrendering to the journey, trying to figure out how this all comes into play. For some of you, I also feel like you may be wanting to spend time near water. That could be a stream, a river, a lake, the ocean, and trying to sort this out, trying to figure out what it is that you want to reignite in this connection. And that to me is really interesting energy because I'm not saying that you don't want to reignite the entire connection, but I feel like that's a really interesting message that I'm getting, is that it's kind of like I want to reignite part of this connection. So let's clarify this. What part is there? Yeah, wow. 7 of Wands on the bottom. Trying to get on top of the emotions in this situation. Once again, the 2 of Wands here, that's that fork in the road, trying to make a decision of which way to go. I'm afraid, I feel like for some of you, this Ace of Wands is representing, I'd like a fresh start in this connection, but I don't want a fresh start the way it used to be. I want a fresh start, but I want it to be a different path that we take, a different approach to this relationship, because we have the Judgment card, wanting to reunite this connection, to get it back on track, to have it very balanced, right? With the 6 of Pentacles. There could be a little bit of an energy with the mother in this situation, perhaps has been kind of over giving in this connection in the past and would like to have a fresh start, but wants a fresh start where it's not over, like she's not over giving. It's a situation where we're going to be a little bit more balanced here in this connection. Really interesting. I also want to point out that we have to keep in mind that this is the perception of each of the people in the situation too, right? If you're the child and you're looking at this and thinking to yourself, but I give a lot to this connection, right? So why would my mom want me to, give more? You could be kind of confused. You have to keep in mind that this is their energy. This is how they're feeling about the connection. It's their perception of the connection at this time, okay? All right, so now let's take a look at the child. Yeah, okay, interesting. I feel like the child is maybe a bit on a spiritual journey. The mother may understand that, okay, and could be a little bit why they're pulling back their energy at this time, realizing that the child kind of has to journey on their own for a little bit. The obstacle that the child is trying to overcome is, the 3 of Swords. The disappointment, the heartbreak in the situation, and asking the question, why? Why is it so difficult? Why is this connection so difficult? Remember, this is what the child is wanting. The sun, the joy, the happiness, the abundance. They want the connection to continue. They don't want to leave it unfinished. And yet at the same time, there is a lot of disappointment. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this disappointment. The question why, I am going to say, to me is, the card of looking at this from a soul contract point of view, of understanding that some of the heartbreak that has occurred in this situation for both the child and perhaps for the mother is is because of the soul contracts. There's the wisdom to be gained, soul progress to be gained in this situation. Yeah, really interesting. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the world. Okay, so the child really does want to step into a new path with the mother. Look at this. I mean, this is really interesting and loving energy. The Queen of Pentacles is representing the mother, okay? So here we have, the fond memories of the mother, but I feel as if, because this is the area of resistance, the obstacle at this time. Unfortunately, something has happened, and the pain of this connection is kind of almost like the word they're using is blinding the love in this situation. There is a lot of tender love in the situation. There's something else, okay, that and I'm saying this Three of Swords could have been something that has occurred in this relationship, but I also feel like the child at this time is suffering from, heartache, maybe not just in this connection, but in other avenues in their life. It's kind of like taking a look at all of this, this situation. Really interesting because with the Page of Cups, I feel like there is this energy of both the mother and the child at this time looking at things the way that they used to be with the Six of Cups there, this nostalgic way, and kind of asking that same question, why can't we get back to that? What has happened? Why is it that the connection is having so much difficulty at this time? The page is also, it's a cup of forgiveness. It's an apology. It's a small offer. But it's also with the page, it is the child. The child, perhaps feeling as if they are the one that I feel like I'm going to come back to this because I think this is the obstacle. I think the mother perhaps is looking for the apology, right? But the child may feel like they're the one always apologizing. And that is just such interesting energy because I feel as if both of you are almost like, it's almost like you're mirroring each other, right? It's like the other one, both of you are wanting the other one to kind of apologize or bring this back into balance or offer at least an olive branch, right? Really interesting energy. And then on the bottom, we have the World Cup. There is a change in the energy of this connection very soon. Okay, for some of you, the other thing is that depending on the age or even the gender of the child may be either at, beginning to become a mother herself or perhaps the father, but it's kind of like I feel like there's almost this generation thing that is going on because you see we have this other page. I feel like there's almost 3 generations here. So you would have perhaps the mother, the child, and now the child is either starting their own family or maybe they have children of their own. They're asking themselves like, why? Either 2 things. Why am I bringing children into this world? Because this connection is so difficult. I'm not sure I want to be the mother, right? Or they could be asking themselves, like, why is this connection? How can I proceed as a mother and not repeat, I guess, the same pattern that's in this connection? Really interesting because I feel like both the mother and the child are kind of working on a very much of a soul contract level. They're perhaps both of them are aware of the soul contracts and really trying to kind of understand that and look for the soul lessons, which is really interesting, not just keeping it in the 3D, but really taking it to the 5D. Okay, so let's take a look at advice from Spirit. So for the mom, we have co-create, and then we have the 5 of Swords. The advice to the mom is, co-create. I think it's interesting, creating children, right? Co-creating. That there is this anxiety with the 5 of Swords, this energy of perhaps feeling a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit like, I'm not sure I want to put too much energy into something that is just, I'm trying to make it balanced, but I'm just really, this is like your mental anguish about it. I'm trying to make this a balanced energy, but I'm afraid. Really holding back, I would say, at this time. I think both are holding back, but for different reasons. Yeah, holding back. Yeah, trying to surrender. I think from the mother is looking at this as, the situation brings drama into my life, wanting to get on top of the drama in this situation. The advice to the mother. Okay. Four of Pentacles is an energy of holding back your own energy, of protecting yourself. You may have given financially quite a bit if you're the mother. The mother may have given financially or tangible things to the child, okay? In hopes of thinking that it was also going to bring in the love in this situation. But I feel like the mother, at least, is feeling like that there's been, overgiving. The mother could have, helped somehow financially the child, for education, getting started in a business, or, just getting started in life. I feel like the mother is kind of a little bit looking at the financial issues in this situation, right? And feeling a little bit as if it hasn't been maybe completely acknowledged or loved. Perhaps there not enough gratitude, because the Ace of Cups could be gratitude for what has been given in this connection. And so there needs to be a little bit of a different perspective. Okay, so the Hanged Man is about surrendering to the journey, surrendering more to the 5D, not being quite so caught up in the 3D, and trying to see this from a different perspective. I feel like the mom is maybe holding back because there's a lot of anguish. Once again, I've given, and I really think a lot has been given, not only emotionally, but with this Four of Pentacles, perhaps financially too, and just feeling a little bit taken advantage of, or not being appreciated for what has been given. And so it's about taking another perspective of this situation, of understanding. They're coming back to the healthy boundaries, that this connection perhaps has helped you to open up to building healthy boundaries and not overgiving of your own resources, love, attention. It's about understanding, okay, I'm only going to give. I feel like the mother, there's some situation where the mother may have overgiven financially and now regrets doing that. And it's kind of playing. I'm not even sure that has been voiced. Okay. But it's playing on, there's this havoc, these regrets. The Five of Swords are regrets. And with co-creating, it could be, shared resources. It could be even shared, like a business that maybe the mother and the child started together, something that they were co-creating. Really interesting energy there. There is something about, I feel like, the mother perhaps needs to allow that to either be conversed, right? And to clear the air. Remember, we had something about clean it up, clearing the air, about that. Or it could be about just understanding, okay, water under the bridge, move on, however that may play out. Okay, so now let's take a look at advice for the child. Okay, we have here and now, and then we have the healing card. I feel as if the here and now is this energy of being present right now. There could be this energy of looking at the past and kind of replaying the past over and over again. Which is interesting. Mother has a little bit of that energy, but I feel like the child is just kind of like replaying the past over and over again, almost like not being able to move on. And it could be that the child needs to go back and work on, or is working on, healing inner child wounds, because there's this energy of, this is the home, right? And the child is in the home. Once again, that energy of the Hermit, because we have the Hermit here, going within, looking at the situation and healing it from within. So let's go ahead and clarify this. I feel like it's interesting because once again, the child's obstacle or area of resistance is getting, a healing some difficult heartbreak in this situation, disappointment, right? And then also having all of this beautiful love in this situation. It's almost as if it's, I feel as if there's, the why question is, how can the same relationship have both energies in it, right? It's kind of like, almost like Jekyll and Hyde. Really interesting energy. The child may think that the mother is a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. There could be some of the, some in that situation. So let's take a look at what does need to be healed at this time. Going within, what is being healed? Yeah, Star card on the bottom. A definite need for healing in this situation. Chariot could be dealing with an Aquarius with the star. Chariot is Cancer, looking for a new world, looking to move into a new world. So, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about good news, sharing good news. But we have the options, the confusion. And then we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about going within, listening to your intuition about maybe what it is that you, or the child in this case, needs to heal in this situation. Something about, I would say, I feel as if, I want to clarify just the here and now. You see how on here it has past and then future, right? Being really present in this moment with this connection, the feelings of this connection. Hermit energy again. Yeah, the moon. The fears. Yeah, blocking it. Blocking it. There's an energy of, yes, I want to work on it, but I'm fearful, so I'm blocking it. Yeah, so we have the Hermit again. I really feel you have the Hermit here, the High Priestess, or the child does, going within, really a lot of Hermit energy. Just holding, I would say that the advice here is about holding, really kind of deciphering, what are the energies, because the child has the heartbreak and then the happiness. It's almost as if trying to decide which one, feeling the energy here. Really interesting. I feel like it's on a good track though, because you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, bringing in, expressing love, but it's taking time. It's progressing, but it's progressing slowly. It is about listening to your inner, your inner wisdom, your intuition about this. I do want to bring back, that this is the outcome that the child is looking for. Happy home, happy life. There could be something else that the child is trying to heal that is outside of this connection. Because this healing doesn't seem to really be around this connection. It's almost as if the healing needs to be in some other area of their life, and they're working on that, and then maybe can come back, because it's just, such different energy. This is with, kind of like the mother's energy, and then, there's this other energy. Really interesting. Okay, so let's get some advice about where this connection is going, like what is in the near future. And once again, this connection is going to, whether you are, speaking at this time or not, for the very near future. Let's see what the outcome is. 9 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I really love that energy. The 7 of Pentacles is an interesting energy for this. It's about taking a look at the seeds that have been planted in this connection. Yeah, and saying, hey, can we start afresh? Can we go again? Can we, bringing in this good news, trying to manifest what it is that both want in this situation. It is a little bit about healthy boundaries, creating the healthy boundaries that are needed in this situation so that it can go forward, and that there isn't this blocking energy. There's a lot of blocking in this situation, of trying to protect. I feel like the mother is perhaps trying to really perhaps trying to protect her own resources, her own, it's almost, it seems to be more about pentacles for the mother, own resources, finances, long-term stability, financial stability. I think for the child, it seems to be more emotional, trying to balance out the emotions in the connection. So it's really kind of interesting, because I feel like the mother may be more worried about the 3D in this connection, and the child is maybe awakening and seeing now. I think the mother may understand the spiritual, but is now also focusing on the resources, the 3D. Really interesting. So this is kind of advice for you. It does not matter which one you are, the mother or the child. Pronghorn, action. Now is the time to act. Opportunities are here. Move forward with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. I kind of feel like there's a little bit, if you're the mother, I feel the mother may be working on her finances. This is all about finding success in the 3D. The mother could be working on that. And the child is, trying to find success, but I feel almost like trying to find success in the emotional sector, or the love sector. Really, that I feel like that is part of the difference in the connection at this time too. The mother could be trying to work on the finances because, she is feeling for some reason that she needs to have more financial stability. The child may have financial stability, but is looking to build a more emotional, stable life. Really interesting. Okay, so here is your angel message to finish this out. Opportunities. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities await you. Stop dwelling on past mistakes. Surrender the past lovingly. There is nothing to regret. All is always in perfect and divine order. Everything that you've ever experienced has helped you in some way. The past is behind you. The path ahead is clear. Move forward joyfully and fulfill your heart's desire. And you know, I feel like that is really perfect for this reading, whether you're the mother or the child, because remember we had somewhere down in here, we had the Queen of Swords, you know, looking forward, you know, understanding that the past is the past and it's about looking forward. You know, what is the direction that you want to go in for the mother? And then I feel like that is a little bit of this here and now energy too. For the child is, okay, here we are. Opportunities are opening, right? Because we have the Seven of Cups, looking at all of these different opportunities in perhaps love. And it's kind of like this here and now is about allowing the past, whatever has occurred in the past, to be, you know, for both of you, to be. And then to move forward in a much brighter, happier area. We have so many wands and so many cups on the table. This is a connection that is truly going to be balanced out at some point. Really lovely energy. All right, well, I am going to leave it there. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. But I wish you so much love and light in this connection, in all your connections. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.